What are you talking about? And I just gave her a look, and she goes, "Oh, is it 7 o'clock already?" I said, "Pretty close." And yes, I know you hit go live.
Okay.
That's why I watch it.
Hey, everybody. I hope you can hear us out there. If you can't hear us, somebody please say something. Please tell me if you can hear anything I am saying. Please tell me. Please.
I don't know that we have any viewers yet, Bill.
If you can hear me. Us.
It's space.
Fuck off. I'd put that on the radio. I don't care. Hey, everybody, welcome to Riverside, Iowa Paranormal Talk Live. It's bad. My keyword, it's not mine.
No, hit enter or it won't post.
I'm not going to post it until someone gets on there.
Okay.
I was prepping.
Oh. I make terrible excuses too sometimes.
So, let's try this again. Welcome to Riverside, Iowa Paranormal Talk Live Paranormal. I'm Bill. This is Jake. That's Drew. Nobody else is down here, so we're just going to go ahead and get started until they show up. Tonight, we're going to mainly discuss Missouri State Penitentiary, because now I can honestly say everyone sitting at this table has been to Missouri State Penitentiary. Finally,
yes.
Everybody's been there. Jake, you lost your Missouri State Penitentiary virginity. You lost your prison virginity this last weekend.
I did.
Congratulations.
It felt good.
Hi,
Gordon.
Gordon, what's up?
What's up, Gordon?
So I really, really, really am glad you went down there, because you finally got to experience the stuff that we go through, and we talk about it all the time. And no one ever gets to, it's hard to explain to get people to understand what is going on down there. Perfect. Thanks, Gordon. So what'd you think? Good one. Damn.
I was honestly blown away. I didn't know what to expect, and of course you had said don't go down there expecting anything.
Amen to that.
But I could have never dreamed that it was going to be the way that it was. It's just absolutely amazing.
Missouri, it has a tendency sometimes to draw you in. So the first time you're there, and I think you guys will agree, the first time you're there, you never know what's going on. It's kind of like, it's like a new place. It's exactly what you think it's going to be, a new place. But then you get there, and I guess part of it is realizing the enormity of it. The building 4 is just huge. Building 1 with the women's upstairs, that building is huge. Then you get into the general population, which has the death row and death row psych, and then some other areas that are in there. Building's huge, and then you got to take that long walk all the way down to
gas chamber.
So the enormity of it, and realizing you're going to do some calisthenics this weekend.
Yeah.
Up and down hills, taking people everywhere and anywhere. It's a kind of amazing to go through. Drew, when you went down, what was your very first thought of the building? Or the whole thing? And lean forward so we can hear you.
Okay. But yeah, no, I definitely do agree. It is absolutely huge and absolutely incredible. I was always a really big fan of the basement, of course, or the as they call it, the dungeon.
The dungeon?
That really surprised me, all the stuff that you get down there and everything. It was truly amazing. And the long walk, I will say, I actually didn't find it to be all that bad.
Well, that's because you weren't in sub-zero weather.
Oh, this is true.
And again, he's also not half my size. But don't get me wrong, I'm working on that. We'll get to it someday. I'll be able to roll down and not roll back up. So let's talk about each location. Jake, did you get a chance to go up? Because I know, Drew, you've been up to the women's area.
I have.
Did you get a chance to go up to the women's area?
I did, but not to really look around. The only reason I was up there is because that was the place that was chosen to give, on Friday night, that was the place that was chosen to give the tarot reading that was given as a drawing, was up there.
So if anybody's out there and is thinking about coming to Missouri State Pen, there are usually some drawings that are done. One of the drawings is if you buy Missouri State Pen gear, And as long as he's with us, if you buy anything from Missouri State Pen from their gift shop, your name goes in a hat or a basket. And if your name's drawn out of there after a certain time, then you get a tarot card reading with Jake. The other one is if you buy Ghost Hunts USA equipment, shirts,
flashlights, spray.
Yeah,
we had
something.
Sweatshirts there this time.
Yeah. Oh, we're selling Ghost Hunts USA sweatshirts, so pick those up. But if you buy one of those, your name goes in the drawing. And if your name's drawn out, then you get a private vigil with Tyler down in the gas chamber. Now, I really need to clear something up, and I want to do it live. I want to do it on the air so everybody knows that I'm trying to clear this up. It was not a private session with Tyler to have a reading done on you, on an individual person. It was a vigil. Same thing we do with all of everybody, but this time we were just doing it with, it was just you and maybe two or three people you came with, and you got to go down there alone with Tyler to see if anything would come out. Now, am I saying that something didn't come out for somebody or hasn't come out for somebody, that Tyler has been, okay, this has nothing to do with the Missouri State Pen, I'm reading this off of you, blah, 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 blah? No, because I do believe that has happened. What I'm saying is that it's meant to be a vigil where you can go down and sit in the gas chamber. You can sit in one of the two chairs or on the viewing side, or you can run the controls and see what happens with just you and Tyler down there. So I apologize. I know there was somebody who was very upset on Friday. Was it Friday or Saturday? I think it was Saturday, actually. The person that won was kind of upset. They thought they were going to get a private reading done by Tyler, and that's not what it was at all. It was meant to be a vigil. Mm-hmm. So that out of the way, that's what we do. We have little competitions. I'm not saying we as in Riverside, Iowa Paranormal, because everyone sitting here also works for Ghost Hunts USA. You can go down there and check out ghosthuntsusa.com and find locations that are near you and have a blast. Come down and spend the night with us somewhere.
Yeah, and we've added quite a few new locations just this year.
Yes, definitely. So, first night was Friday night.
Yes.
So, it was you and Tyler and Rob and Andrew.
And then Regina.
I always forget Regina. Why do I forget Regina?
I don't know.
She's brand new. I apologize, Regina. I always forget when I'm talking about that. So, you guys went in. Mm-hmm. We stuck around and helped out with the opening and signing people in and sold some sweatshirts and T-shirts. The sweatshirts are awesome, by the way. You should probably get them.
They're heavy duty. Well, he knows. He helped roll them up.
I did help roll them up. I like the feel of them. They're really nice.
Oh, cool. Because they kept floofing, remember?
They did floof a little much for what we needed to do.
Okay, so they don't floof, they poof.
Yes. Your new nickname that weekend was
what's the definition of between floof and poof?
Poof means puff up, floof, fluffy.
All right, back to the show.
So technically they would have floofed and poofed because they were kind of fluffy. They had a nice soft feel to them. And then they also poofed up as well.
All right.
Just saying.
So they were floofy and poofy all at the same time. So we sold some shirts, got the opening started, handed them off to you guys. Mm-hmm. Kelly, Michelle, and myself left. Came back to the house.
Yep.
And we'll talk about the house because the house was a beautiful home. There's some history behind the house. So if you ever get a chance, we're going to promote that one too here in a minute. But we left and we let you guys do what you do. Mm-hmm. So what was your first vigil and who were you with?
I was with Rob down in the dungeon. For both groups, we had a small enough crowd Friday night that we only split it into two groups, and one group went with Tyler and Regina, and then the other group was with Rob and I.
Okay.
And it was even before we got started. Rob took me down into the dungeon before you did the intro so that I could get a feel for what down there was like and the setup and that kind of stuff. And it was kind of interesting because there were a couple cells that I was looking into. And if you've never been there, the dungeon down there is kind of a U shape. And so you go in on one
side. What's up, Sandy?
That's how we do, Sandy.
You go to one side, and then there's a long corridor, and then you'll go around a corner. There's a shorter one, and then you're on the back side.
Yep.
And Rob was just showing me the different cells and telling me a little bit about what happens down there and that kind of stuff, and what he was going to do and how we were going to get started and that kind of stuff. And I looked into a couple of cells, and I was like, there's someone in this one, and I was like, there's someone in that one, and I was like, we're putting people in the cells, right? And he goes, yeah. I said, okay. And I got to the cell at the U part, but that door that you enter to get into the dungeon.
Yep.
And then you go down that long hallway. It's that cell down
Right
at
there
the
on the
end
left?
of. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Before you go on that back U side, the flat side of the U. And I looked in there and I said, we need to put people in here. And Rob goes, yeah, I know, we're going to. And I said, no. I said, we need to put someone in here, and they need to sit down in that corner. And he goes, okay, I'll leave you in charge of it. And I said, okay. And we didn't really know why until it was the second group that we had down there.
Okay.
And I put a couple people in there, and I just happened to pick someone randomly. Well, not really random, but I picked someone.
You're going in there.
And I said, I'm going to have you sit down in this corner. And so she did. And, we did our thing, and stuff was going on. And then afterwards, she whispers something because her ex-husband was there with her. And he goes, well, what did you say? And that's when I heard it. She goes, somebody just sat down on my lap.
Somebody's getting frisky.
And when she said that, then I was like, oh, that's why they wanted someone on the ground.
So the reason why I am so glad you got to go down to the dungeon for your first run and that first night is because down on the end down there, Drew spends probably 80% of your time. Your vigils are done in the dungeon, right?
This is very true, yes.
And you seem to get a lot of activity going on.
I seem to get that place hopping.
And I'm wondering, have you been down there without the beard yet?
No, I have not.
Ooh, that could be a little different. They may see
It might
you in a
be.
different light.
But I'm getting my beard back, so...
Drew and I are having a little length growing contest. I started a little bit before him. Beard length growing contest. I want to rephrase
Thank you for specifying.
I want to specify that right now.
Nobody went there.
I did.
Yeah, you were the only one.
No. I know more people would go there. So Drew goes down there, and every time I hear all the people talking about, well, we were down there with Drew, I go, okay, what happened? I'm like, we're never going down there again. Why? Did nothing happen?
What didn't happen?
Nothing. Oh, and people get all upset, and not really upset. They get to the point where they're like, okay, we want to go back down there, but can Drew not go? What is Drew doing wrong? They're like, nothing that Drew's doing wrong. It's what he's doing right, and it's kind of creeping us out a little. Well, that's what you're here for.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Give the people what they want until they don't want it anymore.
That's what we do. That's how we handle things. So let's see. First, you did both vigils down in the dungeon. Then, when you switch groups.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Then what about free time?
Free time started off. Andrew, Regina, and I took a bunch of people back down into the dungeon with the Phasma box, and we had a little bit of a mag light going. And it was in that corner next to the cell I was talking about before where I had the woman sit down. And so the Phasma box is going and all this stuff is happening. And I was looking just over Andrew's shoulder, and he was facing my direction. And he looks at me and he goes, what are you sensing? What are you getting? And I looked at him and I said, well, there's a guy down in that doorway and there's a guy just over your shoulder. And he goes, uh-huh. And then that was the end of it. And then a couple of minutes later, I looked at him and I said, Andrew, how are you feeling? And he goes, awkward. Why? I said, because I'm watching him whisper into your ear. And he goes, which one? Because they're both buzzing. And I said, your right ear. And he goes, uh-huh.
That was awesome that you were able to well, no, you can't take me anywhere, Gordon. Of course not. It was awesome that you were able to sit and you were able to work with Andrew that way. Did you get to spend any time with Tyler?
Not Friday night.
Okay. Well, let's finish Friday night. Because some things happened Friday night to Tyler, though I understand, but he won't tell us what happened. I'll let it go at that. But I'm going to tell y'all something. And I'm going to jump back to the house we stayed in. The house we stayed in is called the Hobo Hill House. It's down there in Jefferson City. It's supposed to be a haunted location, and I don't know a whole lot of the history on it, but I do know that it was a slave owner's house.
Yep.
And they had slaves chained up in the basement.
Yep.
And if you ever get down there and you want to feel creepy, freaky, freaked out, go to the basement for a little while. There's rooms down there that were making me feel very nauseous. I don't get that way most of the time, but it just makes you feel uncomfortable. Did you get a chance?
I never went down in the basement.
All right, so here's the deal, Drew. Next month, Drew and I will be going down to Missouri State Pen.
Yes, we will.
We're gonna try to do a little session or something down in the
basement. But we can get hopping, Bill.
Down in the basement at the Hobo House, and we'll kind of report back and let everybody know what happened. Julie, how are you? Nice to see you.
Hey, Julie.
Yeah, we're missing a couple people. One's upstairs waiting for the other one to get here, and they're shopping. Got to get groceries, food. It's that livable stuff. Who'd have thunk it?
We might be done before they get back.
Nah, we'll keep going.
That's the spirit.
Why not? Why stop? Why stop there? Why stop there? So let's see. Then you guys came back. You got back to the house about 6:15.
Yep.
Which is weird because we shut down at 6. So that means some people left early, or you guys cleaned up fast.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
So then you guys got back to the house, and I had the honor and the privilege I couldn't sleep at all. I don't sleep much anymore. So I couldn't sleep, so I was just laying on the couch, and I heard you guys come in, and I just raised my arm up and didn't realize Andrew was standing right there. And I'm pretty sure I gave Andrew another fright because he jumped like 6 feet, which to me was funny as all get out. That's all I'm going to say on that one. It was funny as hell.
It was really funny.
It was funny.
Way to finally keep it PG there, Bill.
Not saying anything but hail. Okay. It was hilarious. Then we sat and we talked with you guys for a little while, and then everybody kind of went to try to get some sleep, which you got none.
I think I got an hour and a half.
And we were trying to be. I really was trying to be quiet.
It was the floors. It was the creaking of the floors.
And not just. I don't think it was just creaking of the floors, but somebody. And we're not going to name any names. I won't name any names. Jake won't name any names. But if Drew wants to yell out the name, I'll let him because he's already scared of you, of the paintball things.
Oh, so, yeah.
Somebody cranked the heat up to 76 in that house. Now, the house is old enough as it is.
Tyler!
Now, see, that didn't bother me, though, because I was so cold when we got back to the house. And then you came over, and you were like, do you want the fluffy blanket?
I went, he looked well, usually go
but all you needed was one of the sweatshirts. We have these sweatshirts available. All you needed to do is get a fluffy sweatshirt. You would have been good.
Really soft.
Oh,
what's up, Tristan?
Really soft.
Oh, yeah.
So, fluffy blanket. Jake laid there for a little while. He didn't even move after a little while, which is cool. But then everybody started, about 1 o'clock, everybody else started getting up. So we got up and went out for breakfast.
Yep, and then we got back, and then I went to go take a nap upstairs for a couple hours.
Yep.
And then that's when I woke up to the yelling and screaming.
Ooh.
Who was it? Tyler running up and down the hallway yelling? Jake from State Farm, wake up.
Oh, no, it wasn't even that. It was, Geico, time to get up. Rise and shine, Geico, get up. Come on.
So we kind of, it was just funny, y'all. Yeah, I guess he had to be there, but he's got a whole lot of new nicknames now. Jake from State Farm, Geico. What was the other one? There was another insurance company that was thrown out there.
No, not that I heard.
Oh.
Well, there was Allstate a little bit.
Yeah, Allstate, that's right. Because he kept calling you everything but Jake for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
So then we all got up, moved around a little bit, decided we were all going out for
barbecue.
We went to
Bandanas.
Y'all, they feed us.
Rob!
What's up, brother? we go to bandanas. They actually getting used to us being there. I think it's because of Tyler's accent. They all go, we know that group. And then
Yeah, it could be.
And we ate food and we had a good time. And Rob was there with us. And I ate way too much. I'm not gonna lie. I ate way too much food. I got back to the house and was kind of like, I'm gonna go into a meat coma. I can't do this. So then we relaxed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Had a bunch of coffee, a whole lot of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all went back over to the pen, got ready to start going on. How many guests did we have Friday night?
84.
84 guests, which seems like a lot, but when you split people up into small groups, it's not a whole lot of people. So where not a recording. Where did you go? What was your first vigil? Where were you at on Saturday night?
I was with Rob and Tyler on death row.
That's right. You guys were right above me making a crank load of noise.
You can blame Tyler for that.
No comment. Coffee. So you were upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Could you guys hear the bell going off downstairs?
I don't think so. I didn't, at least. We did Friday night when we were down
there.
there.
The crap out of you, don't it?
Well, and we were all trying to figure it out because we came back. Again, I was with Rob both nights, and Rob and I got back, and we're like, well, where's everybody else? And so we were waiting for him, and Andrew finally was like, well, they're down at 3D, so we're all just going to go do a mass vigil down there. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trotting along, and I'm following, and then people are like, yeah, this bell was going off, and it's not even hooked up to the electricity, and it just keeps ringing. And I'm like, okay. So then, we're doing our thing, and all of a sudden it goes off for the first time.
It scares you?
I about did the Jake dance.
So downstairs in 3D, we weren't that loud. Whatever, Rob. Downstairs in 3D, which is Psych Death Row. Thank you. There's a buzzer on the wall, and what that buzzer is actually meant for, I found out, is if you go up to the guard's cage up on when you first come in the building, go down the steps. Yeah. There's a button there you can push because it'll ring down there. So one of the guards there has to come over and unlock the door.
Oh.
So that way the psych people can't get out. So I was down there. That's when I got sickened by Mr. Not Nice.
Yeah, that was Friday night.
So I was down there with my group, and I was down in 3D below these guys, and the buzzer just kept going off and off. And what's her name was with us. So she used to be a security guard there in the prison. I can see her, but I can't think of her name right now. I apologize.
Sheila?
No, not Sheila.
Maggie?
No, not Maggie. I can't think of her name right now, but I will. It'll pop into my...
Jenny?
No. You keep boarding out names of people, it'll be one of them. So we go down there, and we're looking at the buzzer, and she goes around the corner, and she comes back, and she goes, it's disconnected from all the power up top. And I looked at her, and there's 2 wires that were still connected to it. And I grabbed one of them, and she goes, I didn't see nothing. So I yanked it out. 5 minutes later, it goes off again. So one of the wires is completely disconnected. So I walked back over to it and said, we're done. And grabbed the other one and yanked it out. And stuck him in the styrofoam in the wall. And she goes, look, sounds good to me. Y'all, I had that same group. I had a group of people. We were down there laughing. The buzzer's not hooked up to anything. And it went off again. I had one lady look at me, and she just kind of goes, are you going to stay down here with us? I go, yeah. She goes, okay. She just sat there like, I'll just stay next to him. It was one of the freakiest things that had happened down there. Saturday night, my first group had a guy with his back into I had put everybody into the cells in groups of like 2 and 3. I asked for one volunteer from each group to come stand in the doorway of the cell, facing out into the hallway, and put a mask on. And I asked everybody else to back away from him. The one guy that was in the cell in one of the cells goes, and I go, okay, what's mean? He goes, and he said, I don't remember what his wife's name was, but he said her name, and she goes, what? And he goes, are you holding my butt right now? She goes, I'm 10 feet back from you. And he goes, oh, okay. So we had somebody got groped, which was hilarious. And then a little while later, someone else down the hallway was sitting there, and she shot out of the cell blindfolded and took off running towards me, blindfolded.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, take it off. She goes, I go, what? She goes, I'm in the one in the cell by myself. And I went, okay, first of all, sorry, I didn't know anybody was by themselves. She goes, something started pulling on my hair and pulling me back in. I said, why don't you go in with them? She goes, no, I don't think so.
I made Rob do that on death row.
Go into a cell by himself?
No, not by himself, but he's out walking around, and there were these two ladies that were sitting in the cell, and I was like, Rob, I said, come here. And he goes, what do you need? I said, go in here. And he goes, why? And I said, just do it. He goes, it's something like, is there something in there or something going to get me? And I just looked at him and I said, just go in there. And he was in there for, I don't know, probably 5 minutes. And I walked by and he goes, switch me. Why? Just switch me. Okay, fine. I'll switch you. And he goes, don't look at that wall. And I already knew. That was why I put him in there. And then I'm in there with these two ladies, and there were actually 2 people in there with us.
2 other people besides you and the
2
ladies.
spirits. You're welcome. And I was standing behind both of them, so it kind of made this U-type shape.
Okay.
And the bunk bed thing was to my left, and they were both getting touched. And the one on my left actually, a few times, she's like, I feel like they're trying to push me out of the cell.
All right.
And I just looked at her. I said, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I better not say anything.
Such a nice dog.
No, because he
doesn't want to say anything to anybody about anything that's going on.
Well, no, the guy was standing right between us, and he keeps like to her. So I'm like, I better not say anything. And then the girl next to me, she's like, someone keeps touching me too. And I look over, and this guy's like stroking her hair, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything, because they were pretty freaked out as it was.
But you should say something to them.
I didn't want to freak them out more than they already were.
That's what they're there for.
It's true.
I freaked somebody out enough Saturday night.
But that's what they're there for. You want to tell them what's going on with them.
That's true. Just not Rob.
Riverside, someone from Riverside, Iowa Paranormal, nobody sitting here, said 10 words or less, Jake, from State Farm. There's the look. Now he has the look and he's ready to go. Someone is going to... I got a paper cut.
You also have more comments.
No. Rob's laughing at you. So you messed with people. Then we had the long vigil. Well, Tyler stayed down in the gas chamber for a long time. He was down there till almost 4 a.m.
Yeah, because they were down there for as long as people were coming and going. Yeah,
which was awesome. Then I don't know. Should I explain what I did?
That's up to you.
And explain the stupidity that I did?
That is up to you.
Because that's what Tyler called me, was stupid.
He called me an idiot quite a few times.
Yeah, that's Tyler.
Well, that was because I scared him.
Well, that's kind of fun.
That's kind of the going thing. We all like to do that.
All right, Rob said some great EVPs.
We did. Friday night, we had some cool ones from the dungeon.
Rob, I should have left you with the cable, and so you could have taken it home. Or unless you got your cable, which would be awesome if you did. I hope you get it. So let's talk about what Bill did as a stupid. So I built a new piece of equipment that combines infrared light with UV light with sound and EM. What? I'm sorry, rephrase that. Drew and I built a new light.
Say, give me a little bit of credit here. I helped a little.
So we built them, and we built the box, and I decided that I was gonna give its maiden voyage in MSP on 3D. Mm-hmm. Because 3D to me seems like if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen down there. It was either that or the dungeon, and the dungeon was just too busy to try during free time. There was a lot of people going. So what I did is I set the box with the camera, and I have some video, and we haven't watched it yet. As soon as we're done here tonight, I'm going to watch the video, download it, and then probably put it up on Ghost Hunts USA group. So if you want to see it, you can join there and tell me if you see anything in the video, because I'm going to post it, just a raw video on there. So what I did is I set the camera with a box with the camera over top of it pointing down the hallway. A few feet out in front of that, I put an EM pump and then another EM pump. Then I put the Faro, the multi-directional, I can't even think right now, EMF detector. My brain is gone. Too much ice cream. Then on the other side of that, I put another EM pump and then another one. And we ran through sound waves and different levels, letting it go down there. And I think there's a couple of things on there. I'm not sure. Again, we haven't watched the video yet. But after about 15 minutes, I didn't get it's not that I didn't get the results that I wanted. I just wanted more. Feed me more. How about that? Feed me more. So I decided to. Oh, that was freaky. I hope we're still with everybody. See you later, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Where are Michelle and Kelly? Thank you for asking, Michelle or Kelly. So they're out shopping.
Well,
one's shopping, one's
upstairs.
One's upstairs watching us laughing. So I decided to pull 2 of the EM pumps back and put one on each side. So I made a square out of the EM pumps directly in front of the camera with the Faro in the middle. And then I put a chair over top of the Faro, and I went and sat in it and sat in the box with the EM around me. I'm going to describe exactly what I saw and what I felt. As I was sitting there, I closed my eyes, I thought I'll just meditate and see what happens, see what comes up. This is what I saw through my eyes. I remember sitting there with my eyes closed, and then I opened my eyes after about what seemed like 30 seconds. Is tomorrow
gnome season?
Wow.
That sounds like something from Todd.
So I sat there with the box going and everything, the lights on me. And I opened my eyes after about maybe 2-3 minutes, and everybody was gone. The 20 people that were in front of me were gone. So I thought, I'll just sit here for a few more minutes and just see what I feel. Looking around, didn't feel much. Thought, okay, well, everybody left me and they must have got bored with my experiment. No big deal. I remember getting up, turning off all the EM pumps, turning off the Faro, went over, shut off the light and the sound bar, turned my phone off, which is generating the sound. And then I grabbed the camera and everything, packed everything up, headed back down around, and was coming up the steps. Remember, I'm thinking, to me, it was only like maybe 5 minutes at that stage. And then I felt somebody tap my arm. And I remember jumping and jerking back and drawing back, and realized when my eyes opened up that the 10 people that were in front of me are now 20 people, and I've been sitting in that chair the whole time, and I haven't watched the video yet, but they said it was like 15 minutes long. I thought it was only like 5. So I was kind of sort of gone at that stage. So I'm curious to see what the video shows, because sometimes what we catch on video, people may have been watching me to make sure I was okay, and they may have missed things in the background. But I think we're going to try that again with a little bit more oomph. And I'm not going to say where yet.
The sound of it's going to be a lot more oomph.
Yeah. Now, I went back and I kind of told Tyler what I did. And he called me an idiot, which is Tyler's way of saying you're an idiot. And he said, why didn't you just draw a pentagram on the floor and light it on fire and stand in the middle of it and see what happens? And
Ideas for the future.
I looked right at him and went, I didn't even think of doing that.
Thank you.
Y'all see, that's not me typing. So it was a little. It wasn't something. It wasn't an outcome that I was expecting, or an outcome that I had actually. And I actually sat down and wrote down all the outcomes I thought could come out of this, and it wasn't anything that I thought should happen. I wasn't ready for it, so that's why we're going to try it again. And a little bit more strength.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more people around.
Where's Bill going to go this time?
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Welcome.
Hello, Kelly.
I'm just so surprised that Kelly shouldn't be downstairs here doing this with us. Nope, didn't work. So, one of the things that we've talked about here is that we don't do Ouija boards.
Okay.
We don't do certain things. We don't do the pentagrams. We don't do Ouija boards. We don't utilize that kind of stuff. Will we take things to a little bit more of a push a little bit? Mm-hmm. Not to the ultimate extreme. I mean, ultimate extreme would be a sacrifice. Would be sacrificing somebody. And I don't think we want to do that just yet.
We'll hold off on that one.
Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, we'll hold off. So we would like to try a few more things. We have some experiments that are going to be coming up on March 30th at the Farrar School, which we're all going to be at.
Yep.
And what's that called again?
Study hall.
Study hall at the Farrar School. You can go to Riverside, Iowa Paranormal, to our Facebook page, and there's plenty of advertisements that are on there. And buy your tickets early. They're only selling 50 tickets from what I understand. Mm-hmm. I do not know how many tickets are sold already, but get your tickets, because if you get your ticket before, you get 3 raffle tickets for the drawing. Mm-hmm. If you buy your ticket at the door, you only get 1. Oh,
tickets are still available from what we're being told.
So go ahead and get your tickets. You'll get in the drawing. There's going to be some door prizes. Yep. We have a very nice door prize, a basket with some goodies in it, some paranormal investigation stuff. Yeah, I don't even want to give away some of the stuff that's in there. It's a really nice basket. I do not know any of the other door prizes that are actually you can take with you, but there will be, after all the door prizes are drawn, then we are going to draw 3 names out of the basket for people that are there to work with an experiment that we're going to do. It looks like there's already over 30 tickets sold, so you only got 20 left. You might want to get them, especially if you've got a group of like 4 or 5 people or 6 people, or if you got a group of 20 people, that'd be perfect. Then we'd be done. But if your name is drawn, we're going to utilize you as our guest to be in a hands-on experiment. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, we're not going to make you stand on your head. We're not going to make you dance the hokey pokey unless you want to. It is a secret what we're going to do. It's a secret. Shh, be quiet.
Are we hunting rabbits?
That was just awkward.
So we'll do the drawings. We'll get everybody going. And then there are a couple more experiments. Well, there's one more experiment that I know we're going to try, and that's going to involve everybody that has tickets. And then if we want, then after that, it's kind of like free time for a big chunk of the night.
Yeah.
How late?
It's going to be awesome.
What is it? Till 4? I think it's from like 11:45 to 4.
Sandy, I do take bribes. Just kidding. I don't take bribes.
Sadly, he's not the one drawing, so any bribe is not going to get you very far.
Shut up, Drew. God.
I'm not getting paid.
No, and I know Sandy, I know Sandy's bought her ticket already. She is definitely going to be there, which we're looking forward to seeing you there, Sandy. Sandy, how many people are you bringing with you? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can't stand over there and look. You got to come get on camera.
We have a chair that is set up.
Kelly is standing right over there, hiding, all wrapped up in her blankie. Yay! We got Kelly! Yay!
Hi, everyone.
So I know we don't have Michelle with us.
She's not even home yet.
Not home yet?
No.
Well, it's a good thing that we're
Almost done.
almost.
We got about 20 more minutes, but hey.
Yeah, we might go longer. You never know. So let's talk to Kelly. Kelly, how was your experience Saturday night at Missouri State Pen?
It was okay. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot that was going on. I was up in the women's part. There was a few people who got their pant leg tugged.
You may need to move closer so they can hear you to the microphone.
Who, me?
Yeah. You're the only one talking.
Oh, well. Anyway, some got their pant leg pulled. Some got their arm pulled. But other than that, I mean, there was some that heard some noises when they were up around on the other side. But other than that, it wasn't too bad.
Cool. What was your feeling of the Hobo House?
Oh, that place is beautiful. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. If there was something there, I didn't really feel anything, but yeah, it was nice.
I know the house affected Rob.
Yes.
A lot. He was feeling a lot of energies.
Rob is kind of sensitive, though.
He is a very, very, very much empath. More so than what he thinks. He was really, really emotional, and so I went over there, and what I do is I'm like a grounder. So I went over there and I put my hand on his shoulder and my hand on his back and just sat there. And after a little bit, probably not more than a minute or two, he started feeling better. He said that he could feel it just leaving out of his head, whatever the feeling that he had. But it really helped when I did that.
So I'm wondering, with your ability to do that, are you gonna start looking into the Reiki? Have you thought about that?
I have.
It's something different, something new.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'll have to look more into it to see, because I've been told, have I ever thought about looking into it because of my ability that I have. So I might look about that.
Look into it?
Thank you. Look into it to see. Thank you.
God, neither one of you can talk tonight.
I know.
Hey.
It's the ice cream.
It's been a long week.
It's been a long
Yes,
week.
it has.
Yeah. So let's see. What else do we have? So we've got Farrar coming up.
And then in April, Michelle and Kelly are going to be at the...
No, I won't be.
Just Michelle.
Just Michelle.
Oh, okay. Well, she'll be there with
Todd.
and Rhonda and Dustin Perry.
Yes.
Doing an event at the McIntyre Villa on April 13th.
And there are things on our website. You guys need to...
Yes, we do, Gordon.
Well, let's talk about dolls for just a minute. Does anybody know how the survey went? Did we get 50 yeses?
It was mostly absolutely percentage-wise, but I don't know how many individual votes there were.
So what, Drew, if someone asks you yes or no, but some people are answering the question as absolutely, is that a yes or a no?
That is most definitely a yes.
Well, then I think we have plenty. So I don't know if you know what we're doing to her, Drew. So,
I have no idea.
So we had asked a question that if we could get X amount or 50 yeses, and now I guess I think we should take a vote. We'll take a vote right here on live. Those of you who say that absolutely does not mean yes, raise your hand.
What?
Those of you who think that the word saying absolutely to that survey does not count as a yes, raise your hand. Those of you who think that absolutely does count as a yes, raise your hand. Well, that's 4-0. Michelle was trying to vote,
board.
So I'm going to say that we have all the yeses that we need. Gordon voted yes, yes, yes. So here's what we're doing, Drew.
I think we can count that 3 times.
The question was is if we could get 50 yeses, and apparently we got them, that we would put Michelle in a chair, blindfolded, in the dark, taking some of her senses away,
I like where this is going so far.
with a doll in her lap in a room with dolls in it.
And she has. Did you mention?
No, we're not going to do the hearing. I don't know if we're going to do the hearing piece yet.
I thought we were going to do that with the ghost box.
Well, we haven't got that part. We just mostly it was putting Michelle in the dark. So look at the smile on Drew's face.
Thank you, Gordon.
So apparently we are going to do this to Michelle, and we will film it, and we
So-
will put it out there.
Is Annabelle going to be the doll actually sitting in her lap?
No,
No.
the doll
Okay.
that's going to be in her lap is actually a doll that the hair is made from a hair of a child.
Yes.
It's
wow.
human hair.
Yes.
That's pretty creepy.
It is a very creepy doll. I've
And-
seen it, and it's very, very creepy.
And as long as you guys out there don't tell Michelle, my plan, if we do put the hearing in where she can't hear, I plan on finding every doll I can in this building, and as she's sitting in there, move it into the room so when she takes off the goggles or the mask, there's dolls everywhere.
Isn't she possibly listening to this podcast right now?
No,
Yeah.
No.
Michelle, you are not listening. You do not hear this.
If she did,
You-
you would see her on here.
So
I don't think your Jedi skills are quite as strong as you're hoping they are, but good luck, buddy.
I don't know what that skill was. So that's what
Looks
we're
like temple massaging, but keep going.
that's what we're gonna do to Kelly's you. So that's what we're gonna do to Michelle. We will film it. We will film every reaction. I will not cut anything out, and I will put it online. I will put it out there for the world to see. And then I would like everyone's reaction to it. Please. Because we all could use a good laugh, right?
Yeah.
Everybody needs a good laugh every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also like to see what it does to Michelle to take her visual sense away from her.
It's gonna be.
No, Gordon, we're not going to use a see-through. So I think I know where Gordon's going with this. That experiment is called I want to make sure I say it right, Gunsfeld experiment.
Gonsfeld.
Gonsfeld
Gonsfeld.
experiment. So it'll probably, if we do it the way the Gonsfeld experiment is done, then it
Was
would be
intended.
no, because we don't use it the way it was intended. The
Oh, okay.
Gonsfeld experiment, it was initially intended to put one person in one room, one person in another room, and then that person in the other room with a pair of like goggles that have been painted white
Oh, with
a red light in
Okay.
front of them,
Yep, yep.
and then put other sound into their ears. Dum 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 dum.
Hey, Dom!
Sandy says that's mean.
Sandy, I'm going to tell you, if you watched the last show we did live, this was kind of Michelle's partial idea.
Yeah.
So it's
So
not
she
me.
did it to herself.
It's
It's,
not me when
okay.
she's doing it. So then the way the Gonsfeld experiment was supposed to be done is that person had static sound playing in their ear, white noise. They had the goggles on with the red light. The person in the other room was actually trying to communicate with them telepathically. That's the actual Gonsfeld experiment. We're changing it up just a little bit by we may not. I don't know if we're going to put the red light in front of her because we're just trying to make her vulnerable.
I don't think we were going to put the red light. I think it was just going to be blindfold her and then just put the doll in her lap.
And then, so to make her as vulnerable as possible, because a lot of Michelle's senses are visual senses.
Yep.
She can hear, but she can see. She can't hear what they're saying. That's why she keeps Kelly around. So if we put her there and we take that sense away from her, what's going to come through to Michelle? That's what we want to experiment with. But and Michelle took it very seriously until we came up with the idea, and I do believe it was Dom who posted the survey out there. Thank you, Dom, for that. Dom, do you have the results of that survey? Could you kind of get that for us and put it on here so everybody knows what that results were? And remember, we voted absolutely means yes. There's
We
a
are
lot of
getting a
thumbs up.
lot of likes right now.
And they're all Dom.
Oh.
Yeah. See, they're all soft.
Yeah.
So we'll put Michelle in that situation, but I'm not going to don't want to give too much away here
No.
because there's other things that are going to happen kind of at the same time.
Yep.
But it's really going to be funny to watch Michelle's reactions when she steps out. All the dolls are in front of her. She's got the one in her lap. She pulls the mask off and goes, oh, the way she does.
She's gonna pit out, man. She's gonna pit out.
She might pit out so much she pisses.
I don't know if it'll go that far, but she will pit out big time.
I think she's going to take off. Those dolls are going to go flying, and she will be gone.
Maybe.
No, I think honestly, it'll be one of the most true, pure fear senses that she comes up
Yep.
with, and she'll lock up and she'll freeze and stay there.
Mhm.
She might not be able to move.
Because she's so much afraid of dolls.
Perfect. Looks like
Wow.
someone took it down off our page. What? Who taked it down? How would somebody else take it down off our page?
Dom says that he blames Michelle LMA. So
Well, you know what? We're just going to say that we got 50, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds right to me.
All right, we got our 50. So that's one of the things that's coming up is so then on that same night that Michelle is down in McIntyre in April, Drew and I are in
you're at MSP.
MSP, back to
yeah.
MSP.
Yep.
And do you have anything that weekend?
No.
So
Me,
anybody want to get tickets for the MSP, get them now. Dungeon's going to be hot.
I won't be there.
No.
Me either.
Oh dang. So then what else do we have coming up? Is there anything big and exciting coming up that we have to talk about?
No,
Anything
I
else?
don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Huh.
Just make sure you get on there and you buy your tickets for March 30th at the Farrar School because it's going to be awesome.
That's when we're gonna have a really good time there for our school.
Yeah.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, the tickets aren't too bad priced. Wasn't it like, what is the price on
40.
those?
I think it's
40 bucks a person.
40 bucks?
$40 for an overnight. So we'll let people in. We'll do a meet and greet. We'll have a dinner. We'll have some.
So isn't there a bunch of pizza there as well?
I don't know what the meal is
Don't know.
exactly.
Oh,
There's
right.
going to be food there. Then we'll have a little meet and greet. We'll do a Q&A session for anybody who wants to ask any questions. Study hall, $40. Dom, could you post the link on here if anybody else wants to jump on there and get them? So study hall, we get up there, we're going to do all that. Then we'll do some of our experiments, and then it's kind of free time. Now,
Mhm.
I know a lot of people look at it and go, oh, free time, we get to go do what we want. Y'all, let's discuss free time for a minute. Free time does mean you can go do what you want. That doesn't usually mean sit in front of Kelly, Bill, Jake, and Drew, and Michelle and go, what are you guys going to do?
Mhm.
If
Yeah,
you
but
want-
Bill, what if that's what they want to do?
Well, then that's what they want to do. If you would like us to go to a location with you, all you have
Thank
to do
you,
is
Dom.
ask. Thanks, Dom. All you have to do is ask. We will be, all of
Oh,
us
yeah.
be glad to go with you.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's what
Oh,
we're
yeah.
there for, too.
Yup.
And we'll have some equipment with us, and
Mm-hmm.
you can use those too.
Gordon likes Edinburgh. Uh-oh. Nope. She's home.
Yep.
She's here.
Boss is here. We're going to get busted.
The boss is here. We're all going to get busted. We're all going to jail.
Oh, you're not the one sitting in her seat.
I ain't stupid. I'm not that stupid to sit in a chair. I mean, come on.
Well, you have your own chair.
I know. I always put myself in the corner because nobody puts Billy in the corner. I put me in the corner. So, yeah, for our school coming up, you guys would really like to see anybody and everybody up there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be different.
Yes. It is.
Yes.
You'll get the complete history of Farrar, which is really, the history is actually very cool.
Mhm.
William and Jacqueline are going to be the ones
Yep.
who's going to give the history of that because William actually works there as the caretaker,
Yep.
and so he knows that place inside out, up, down, around, whatever. So he can And if you have any questions while we're there, even after he gives the history, if you have any questions, he'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
The doll lady. So let me ask this. I'm going to throw this out to the people that are watching. Does anybody have a location you'd like us to come to? Something you'd like to see us try? Something you'd like to see us maybe try on live at a location?
Oh, yeah.
Let us know. We'll give it a shot. If we can get
That would be cool.
the internet, oh, maybe we could live stream my experiment.
Ooh.
Oh, you mean on
Yeah.
over there at Farrar?
Yeah.
Oh.
We might try. We might.
That may be
see. It
something we
depends.
could try. We'll see if we can do that. Can't guarantee anything. I don't know how well the live stream and the internet will work out there.
We may have to use someone's phone.
Well, and more than likely it'd have to be the Palmer House in Minnesota, the Sock Center.
The what?
The Sock Center.
Where's the Sock Center?
I think they're both in Minnesota. Yeah, Dom?
Minnesota. Don't you know, we're too close to Canada. Let's see. The Haunted AF. What's that, Dom? Just kidding. Shut up, Jake. Oh, let's see. What else do we have to go over? What else do we have to talk about?
Oh.
Don't talk at once, everybody. Do we have any new toys other than the lights?
What light?
Nothing
Oh,
really.
it's down here. I think
Oh.
should we? You
Should
want
we?
to? Somebody grab it. Let's sit it right here on the table. Take a look. I mean,
Sneak back.
the batteries are dead in
Right.
it right now because I wore them all out.
What are you talking about? Oh, that one.
The light.
The spirit
The
light.
light.
Just sit it there and face it towards the camera there, Drew. Between you and Jake. Bring it back. There you go, right there.
I have to bring it back just. Did you hit your funny bone?
No, I just hit my elbow on the chair.
He hit Bilbo.
You hit
So
your
that is
elbow?
our newest
Toy.
toy. It's still a work in progress. It's something that's I like quite a lot. I think it. Did you see how it opens?
Oh.
Push it. No, push in on it.
Oh,
Put it on the push magnet.
wow, that's cool.
They can be taught. We're just trying anything. Some people gave us some ideas to try new items, and we're just trying to give them a shot. If there's something out there that you have as an item you think we might like to try to build, or come up with, between all of us, we can come up with some easy ways to build it or try it. This was more fun to build.
This was awesome.
We had to build. Let's see. So everybody knows that thing's made out of PVC pipe. And I know somebody's going to go, no, that's copper pipe. You're right. This is copper pipe. This, the casing on the side of it, is all made out of white PVC pipe.
Yep.
Do you know how you have to flatten white PVC pipe? Because we do now. We're actually getting pretty
Yes,
good
we
at
do.
it.
We're awesome at it.
So that will be up at Farrar and be used. So we'll let people, kind of go with the flow on that one. I'm kind of excited about that one up there, actually. So let's see what else we got. We got anything else new that we might want to try to? Oh, we are going to be selling a few things up there at Farrar. That's Riverside, Iowa stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Riverside, Iowa paranormal t-shirts. We're going to have those there if you'd like to purchase one of those.
If I'm not mistaken, don't we have hats available as well?
Well, I'm glad you came into that segue.
He
Thank you
was
very much.
I do what I can.
So we have the R.I.P hat that I usually wear while we're here on the show. We have the ones that say Riverside, Iowa Paranormal on them. And we have this new one. I'm going to put a glare on the screen. I don't know if someone might want to move that closer to the screen so they can actually see it. These hats are, I need it.
Let me know.
Right there. So past Lives Matter hats, we're going to have those for sale up there. I'm thinking, I don't remember if they're $20 a hat, $25 a hat.
25, I don't remember.
So
But we'll have it up there. We'll have a sign on the table up there of how much the T-shirts and the hats are.
So if you'd like some of our lovely merchandise, please let us know. We will have it there for sale. That's the first plug we've ever done to sell something.
Yes,
Isn't
it
it?
is. Yes.
I do think that getting closer, because it's in 2 weeks, I think that next Saturday, even if Michelle doesn't do it, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole T-shirt thing that Michelle did. For all the people that let's just start this right now. How about that? Because of for our school coming up, anybody out there, same thing we did. Thanks, Gordon. Anything that we have, anybody who shares and lets us know you shared it, for our school coming up, we're going to put your name into a drawing, and you're going to get one of our T-shirts. That's what we did last time, right?
Yep. Two people.
We did two people. Should we do 2 this time? What do you guys think? 1 or 2? She's upstairs. We get to make the decisions tonight. You ever notice how when Michelle isn't here, nobody wants to make a decision on this stuff? 2. Oh,
I say 1.
1?
I'm pretty low on the totem
we
pole.
did.
I'm not
Yeah,
really allowed to
that's
make
true.
those kinds of decisions.
That's true. We did do 2 last time. We'll just do 1 this time.
okay, we're going to do 1, so get it out there. Start sharing. You should sell R.I.P dolls.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But then where would we store those?
At
Right
house. No, I probably have to store them
No,
at my
I
house.
would
Probably would.
in here. Well, we'd have one set right here the whole time during every show. We should look into that R.I.P. doll.
Yes, we should.
We'll name her Annabelle.
You can't do that.
Can't
No.
do that.
I can't do that. The original Annabelle. I can't take that
Even
away.
if you dropped the second E.
I just can't do that. Share and comment you shared. Yep, share and comment you shared. And then we'll watch for it. But the R.I.P. dolls, Gordon, that's awesome.
That was a great idea.
You know, we could just sew up a bunch and they'll all be kind of different, but at the same time. Get them R.I.P. on the chest of them. They could be R.I.P. voodoo dolls.
No.
I think we're officially in the Twilight Zone.
No voodoo dolls.
Annabelle.
Tom, that's awesome.
Annabelle the doll.
So we give him a bald head and everything. Well,
No, she's gotta have a little bit of stuff on the sides.
oh, okay, yeah.
That wasn't very nice.
I didn't even hear what he said.
And the goatee.
Oh, yeah.
Now see.
I'm waiting to get smacked.
No. I could
How
name.
far
I
enough
would
away?
never smack you, ever, while we're on live show. There'd be too many witnesses.
Thanks for the specification.
We would have to. That is something to think about. That is really, honestly, something to think about. I think that's a cool idea. We could make a 6'2" tall one and leave it sit in one of the chairs right here when Michelle doesn't know it, and she'd come downstairs.
Oh,
Can you imagine the Annabelle sitting there in Bill's chair, waiting for Michelle to come down the stairs?
It's gotta have a creepy smile, Bill, not that face.
It'd be priceless.
We'd have to put a video camera in the eye or something to get her reaction.
One of those motion sensing ones.
Wait,
That way, as she walks down.
A game cam. We put a game cam. The doll literally doesn't stop talking.
It's got to be loud too. The volume's got to be set all the way up.
What we should do is we should have you should record your voice saying a lot of different things, Bill, and then when she comes down, you gotta make it play one of them after she sees it.
We could totally set up a little tripwire kind of deal or some kind of thing where instead of ringing a bell, it'll sound off one of Bill's sayings.
You can't actually put a tripwire in here.
Not literally tripwire, but something that's like a
laser light.
a laser light, something like that. So it wouldn't like literally be a tripwire. It'd be like a laser light. You know those ones that they sell that when your vehicle crosses it, it rings a doorbell. So instead of ringing a doorbell, you hear Bill's voice.
Hello, Michelle.
Ring a bell.
Ring a bell. Ring a bell. Da 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 da. Look at that face.
We got
Oh,
him thinking now.
Yeah,
He's
he's thinking. Look at that.
he can do it. We know he can do it.
What?
So he just talks all the time. Is that what you're trying to say, Bill? It could be entertaining, but I still think something that makes noise as you walk in front of it would be way better because you know
Well, it's like the
she would love it.
like those I don't know what you want to call them. You know, those little figurine things that you wave your hand and they talk.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
We should make one for all of us. We should make a doll for each of us, and then have them sitting, all of them sitting in the chairs.
That could be entertaining. And then we'd have replacements, so that way when it's claimed that it's our birthday or something, we could just have the doll be there instead.
Yeah.
Because apparently, every once in a while, it is claimed that it is someone's birthday, even though it is not quite. I believe I was the victim of that yesterday, and Jake was the poor victim of that today.
Hey, I got free ice cream, so I ain't.
Well, he's had
So
free
did
ice
I.
cream.
So
I know.
did
So
I,
why are you
but-
complaining?
Well, because later on, it's going to come up that you did not share any of that ice cream.
Nobody asked.
They don't have to.
They do if I'm eating it.
Smile.
Bill, you've suddenly gotten really quiet
It's
here.
because his hair is burning.
Doesn't shut up, Dom. Right?
I'm probably gonna regret this,
Until
but in
the
case you
batteries go
couldn't
dead.
hear, he's been making noises the whole time.
No, I haven't. I just started making noises.
No, you've been making noises.
Yeah, you have been for a couple, 3 minutes. You've been going.
Dom, I'm not mad at you. We'll be together in Farrar in the dark.
It is kind of scary being with Bill by yourself in the dark.
I know it's scary being with Bill in the dark. I've been with him. I'm always with him in the dark. All right, so we've been going for over an hour. So we're probably going to cut this one off here. I want to thank you guys for being with us. And awesome show. Everybody that's out there watching, everybody that's made comments, thank you very much. We want to throw a shout out real quick to all the men and women around the world that are serving in the United States military, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, National Guard, Reservists, we don't care. Thank you very much for everything you do and everything you've done. They help keep us safe and to keep things going for other locations around the world. Mm-hmm. You guys are the backbone that keeps everything going. Also, we want to send a shout out to all the veterans, anyone who has served and served your time. Thank you for the sacrifices you've made. Thank you for the sacrifices that you still continue to make each day. From the two veterans that are sitting here right now, thank you very much. From the guys who we get the chance to hang out with all the time, a big thank you from everyone. I know this is probably a sombering way to start, to end the show. We did have a military funeral this morning of a gentleman who unfortunately was overcome by Agent Orange. He served in Vietnam. He was a Marine in Vietnam, and that crappy stuff that they put him through and they got messed up in was just nasty, and he suffered, but his family was around him. So our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts go out to the family at this time for them. But thank you again to everyone that served. Thank you for all you guys. That's all. I mean, a big thank you. Remember, get your tickets for Farrar if you haven't already. Get out there, buy those tickets. We'll see you there. Well, there's 30 tickets sold already. There's only 20 tickets left, so we want to make sure you guys get those. We've got other upcoming events. Look at ghosthuntsusa.com. Look for events there in your area. We may not be there, but some amazing people you'll be working with. Come over to Ghost Hunts USA group, Ghost Hunts USA Facebook page, R.I.P Facebook page, R.I.P group, Facebook group page. Check out our website. Send us things if you want us to try some stuff. If there's locations, or if there's something you want us to discuss on here, whether it be types of investigations or things that you want to know, whether we do them on investigations, please let us know. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for joining us. Every weekend.
Anytime, Bill.
We'll see you guys later. And I guess the last thing we got to say is we'll see you
In the dark.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.